coming on just a little bit early. I'm gonna jump start and then I'll come back on and show you a little more. I'm making some cashew chicken. I'm doing a one-pot meal tonight, and if you saw a video I did earlier this week of me rescuing some veggies that were almost dead in my refrigerator, so I went ahead and prepped those up and had them in this container. So this is what I'm gonna use them for. I also did some zucchini in that little video that I shared, and I may put some of that. It doesn't call for zucchini in this cashew chicken, but all I've done so far is put some oil, and that's what made me think of coming on, because I want to show you something. But so far I've taken cornstarch, salt, and pepper and kind of sifted it together and put some bite-sized chicken pieces in there. So when this skillet heats up, y'all, I love this weeknight skillet. It is huge. You can see how deep it is. So it's going to be perfect for this stir fry. I don't show this a lot, so I figured it would be a good time. You know, I'm visual, and I need to fill mine back up. This is our oil and vinegar dispenser, so you can use it for either or. I just put olive oil in mine, and it's got measure markings on the side and little pumps on both sides. So when you pump the handle, you can pump it once and get a teaspoon, or I'm just going to kind of hold it, and I'm going to get a tablespoon. And it has a spill-proof lid, which is amazing. So I'm just going to pour that oil in there and let that continue heating up. And then you see it was dripping. There's nothing. I'm always amazed. It's going to be there. It's going to be on my finger. But it goes right back in. It never is there that we have to wipe off. That's what I love about this vinegar and dispenser. I don't use it for vinegar, but I do have one, and I put my vanilla flavoring in it because I don't want to, you know, when we're pouring that vanilla flavoring in those little measuring spoons, I always spill it. So I'm actually able to squeeze that and get my teaspoon or half teaspoon and just pour it, and I don't waste any. So I won't keep you on to bore you and watch me get this chicken. I'm going to kind of sear it a little bit, and then I'll put my veggies in, and I'll come back on and show you the sauce I'm going to do. So y'all stay tuned. Okay, y'all, I went ahead and had my chicken kind of a little bit browned on both sides. It's not completely cooked. And I'm going to go ahead and add my dead veggies back to life in and let them start cooking. Get something and get those out more. I should have known to get my scooping spread. I'm not going to waste any of these babies. And get all of them out that I can. And normally don't even put onions in my cashew chicken. I usually would do like a garnish of green onion on the top. And I've got some green onions, but I'm not going to put that in since I had these already chopped up. So that is a lot of veggies, but you know they're going to cook down. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put some of this zucchini in also. I'm going to kind of hold my divider and then go ahead and take the smaller pieces that I had used the rapid prep mandolin to chop up. Put my divider back up, and now I have some more for me to use later. Isn't that a beauty? I love this because of all the color. It's delicious, but it's very eye appealing also. They say we eat with our eyes first, and I guess that's somewhat true, but not everything looks delicious and still tastes good. So I'm going to stir fry these a little bit, and then I'm going to add my chicken back in. And then I'll come back on and show you how I'm going to do my sauce. Stay tuned. Okay, I have just added the chicken back in, and I'll just give that a little toss. It sure smells good. I could eat it just like this. I love chicken and veggies, or any kind of meat and veggies. So I'm going to cut it on medium. I had it on about medium-high earlier. Now for the sauce, so far I'm going completely away. The Chinese people will disown me on this cashew chicken. But cashew chicken's a Chinese-American dish, so I am really putting the American slam to this one, y'all. I'm going way off the chart. So instead of making the regular sauce, and I will share the regular traditional sauce for this with you, I'm going to use Pad Thai seasoning mix. Pampered Chef, if you've never had this seasoning mix, it will blow your mind. The flavor is delicious. and I love it. And it's going to be very similar to what the sauce would taste like that would be in the cashew chicken anyway. So I've got 5 tablespoons of water. I'm adding in 6 tablespoons of soy sauce. And y'all know what? That's it. The other sauce that I usually make for this has white wine vinegar, I believe soy sauce, hoisin sauce, and garlic and honey. And this pad thai is going to have all of those flavors in there. Oh, there we go. I thought I was going to have to go get my little clip to open this, but I got it. But see, it's just the seasonings in there. And I'm telling you, oh, I think I could just eat the powder right from the pack. It's just that delicious. So I'm going to whisk this up. I'm sure some of you have bought the pad thai, so y'all let me know. I know I've had several people that have bought it message me and tell me, you're right, it's delicious. So I'm just going to whisk this sauce up and pour that over my chicken and veggies. I love our little mini whipper. That gets the job done. And of course, we can't forget the cashews because this is cashew chicken. So I do have my cashews that calmed that sizzling down a little bit. I measured out a 1/2 cup of cashews, and I don't really like them. Well, I do. I could eat them whole, but with only 1/2 cup, I feel like there's not enough for me, so I like to chop them up so I get a little chop in every bite. And this is our food chopper. Every time you push this, the blade rotates around. You can chop right in the lid. You can chop on your cutting mat. And you can also chop right in the chopper. So I'm going to pour these in here and put this lid on. Because if I, uh-oh, y'all. Well, I made a boo-boo. So now you're going to see me chop on the board too. I was going to say if I put the lid on, tried to pour them in, they wouldn't have all fit. But I made a mess anyway. So we're just going to chop. I'm not going to fine chop. I want them still to be in pretty good pieces. So now I'll do this little stack here. And just like that, see how quick that is? I've got all of these chopped up. I usually do it in the lid without making a mess, but messy cooks are good cooks, right? I say that to y'all all the time. Okay, so I want to cut this down because I want to show you one more thing. And normally I would top this, and I'm going to with my cashews, and I may put a little bit of sesame seeds on mine. Let me move my tongs. And green onion. But since I put the onion in with my peppers, I'm not going to do that. Ooh, the cashews is going to be my favorite part. Put them all over that. Okay, I'm going to put the lid on. And just, I've made a mess everywhere, y'all. I'll show you one more thing. And this is the funny part, because this is what the Chinese would be like. Oh, girl, what are you doing? All right, I'm probably going to eat it just like this. But my husband, instead of rice, he wanted pasta. So pasta he gets, right? So typically, our Chinese food would be served over rice. I'm tilting this back down. I decided that at the last minute. I put it in the 3-quart micro cooker. I put about a 1/2 box of pasta in here, covered it with water, about half full, just to the top of the pasta with water. And I put the lid on, and I get a lot of questions on these, so I wanted to show you. Sometimes that lid don't hold together and it comes apart, but tonight it came apart, or it didn't. Sometimes it's stuck and people say, how do I get it off? And you do that, I do it with a fork. I just kind of go in and lift it up because it is hot. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. And I have got him some pretty garden veggie pasta. Just some more color to the dish. So I'm going to drain the liquid that is left in here. I won't keep you on for that. And then I will plate this up and we'll be ready to eat. So if you're from China or Chinese and I have just ruined your version of cashew chicken, I'm so sorry, but it's okay, y'all. We take our favorite recipes and we can combine them and make it just what we want. That's the beauty of cooking, and that's what I like to do. All right, so I will put the original recipe in the comments and some pictures of this once I get this drained and on a plate so you can see what it looks like. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great night. Bye-bye.